What is up, y'all? Again, here, trying to make some money, trying to win. This is Dave. We are doing a draft at the seven. This one is one of the ones I kind of like doing. Don't get into them too often, but I like them because you have a higher chance of getting into the final, right? You have bigger chance of getting a big prize, right? So this one, $60 entry. Um, by the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned pick seven here. These guys are going. It's going by pretty fast. So let me get my pick first, and then I'll explain the draft, um, or the contest, I should say. I forgot to put the. Forgot forgot to put the light here. Here you go. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Oh, sure, I like this. All right, let's St. Brown goes. So we're gonna go with CMC. Let's go ahead and take the guy. So again, I kind of do like the seven because I'm either taking either St. Brown or CMC. I'm fine with either one of them. Obviously, St. Brown gives you the safe floor. CMC could be a little risky, but again, we are trying to win some. KC is actually healthy, and he is RB1 like last year, at least like top five RB, or top five in scoring. Like I'll be happy. So these picks are going pretty quickly. Um, Again, with CMC, as you heard, Ricky Pearsall is hurt, and so I think the offense is going to run through CMC a lot, in my opinion. Obviously, like Debo's signed again, or signed is coming back, I should say, to 49ers. So, um, yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I do like CMC here. It's fine. Like I'll take him. Let me see if I have enough time to explain this draft really quickly. Again, $6 entry. There's only 936 entrant. Um, 2 out of 12. So the people you're drafting with, two of the best teams advance. Then you just going up against someone else, and then one out of the two advance. Then after that, one out of two, and then there's a 39 seat final. And if you pass, or if you are the top scoring, you win 25,000. So very good chance of you making this money, but it's just a high entry. Um, at least for me, that it's hard, right? So Kyler Murray, whoa, what is going on here? Around two? That is insane. What? So I'm going to take Chase Brown. Um, I'm liking my start so far. Devon Achane is also great, but Chase Brown is what I think is better. But Kyler Murray, like I am just shocked right now. This is insane. That is insane. I am surprised. Like I was either thinking maybe I was gonna get Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry actually goes a little early here too. So far so good. I am just gonna try to smash on some wide receivers here and not fall too behind on wide receivers because again, this is like your normal like these best ball contests where you have three wide receivers, the one QB, two running backs, one flex, 10 bench spots, and the with the one tight end. So far, the fact that I'm looking at some of those teams, I'm like, I think we're off to a great start. We are, I think, man, it's just like I'm shocked. I am shocked, but I love it. Right, this helps us. Like Kyler Murray here, just I am surprised. Like even if you could have gone with someone else and taken Kyler Murray at 7 if you want to reach for him, but maybe he just kind of like was going through he probably like checked them. You know what I mean? Like he probably like looked up, I don't know, Kyler Murray, and then he checked them and like ended up probably being something like that. So um, sucks for him. Pretty sure he's probably pissed if that was an accident. Dude, I don't know. So off to a great start. I think obviously with Chase Brown, he is in one of possibly the top 10, top 15 offense. And so I am fine taking him over HN. I was kind of on the fence, but obviously Chase Brown it seems like to be a better pick. So I do have my two anchor running backs here. Gonna see if I could get some wide receivers here. I am more than likely gonna take Neighbors, but Neighbors actually goes. This team at four is actually off to a great start as well. Um, this guy at one too. I do like Rasheed Rice. Do like Gibbs. Obviously, I do have him at my one. So I am on the clock. Here's the thing. I'm gonna take Ibuka. I know Chris Olave seems like a great pick there. Um, I just been liking Ibuka. I just hope he doesn't get hurt. Obviously, Kyron Williams would have been great there, but again, I don't want to fall too behind on wide receivers. So Chris Olave seems like a great pick as well, but I've been noticing Chris Olave just kind of fall. So we'll see who we get on the way back. Um, on some of those like $5, $3 drafts, I was taking Chris Olave here in like last month. So the fact that Chris Olave now sliding and the book is actually going upwards in the uptrend. So where how is this draft going to look towards like a month from now, right? So we'll see how that goes. So Kyron Williams goes. I'm really thinking this team accidentally just took Kyler Murray. I didn't see maybe his draft clock ran out, and then Kyler Murray was probably on his top of his queue there. So Javante Williams goes to the team with no wide receivers yet. Off to a great start as well. I think he does take Latimer McConkey to, I'm sure, not fall behind on wide receiver. So I am hoping Tedero McMillan falls to me. I am hoping that happens. Do love Ted, especially I do want another wide receiver, but let's see what are some other options. I think Josh Allen will actually go, and he does to the team that already has a QB with Kyler Murray. Jalen Waddle goes, and so we are getting closer to what I think is the guy that I could possibly get. Um, I do like Cam Scatterbull. So again, one step closer. Let's hope this guy probably takes a running back because he just has Derrick Henry and has CeeDee Lamb and Zay Flowers. Um, so he does take Josh Jacobs. So we're taking Tedero McMillan. Off to a great start. Love the fact that I have the four guys. I am so balanced right now. Love it. I would have taken Cam if Ted would have gone. I know Terry's there, and I could have probably taken Jaden Daniels on the next round and have that stack. But I'm loving this start. If I'm being quite honest here, this team at five is actually pretty balanced and seems nice as well. Just the fact that you're taking Brees Hall though, it's kind of I would have preferred taking Kyron Williams over Brees Hall, and then this team would have been a lot better in my opinion. But this team at four, still no running backs, does have like a great start though with wide receivers. Great start with Puka Nakua, Drake London, Malik Neighbors, and Terry McLaurin. So I wonder if this team is going to be able to get some running backs. I'm sure he will. Um, but I think this is just such a great start from this guy at four here. And as you know, like I do this one, the last two nights have been just filled with experienced guys where they have the badges. I'm just looking at this and it's not as many, like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So yes, although it is the majority, but I last night and the night prior to that, I was literally the only one without a badge. Um, so we'll see what happens. I do feel very comfortable with this start. Do love this start. Um, so right now, the fact that I'm pretty balanced here, I feel like I don't have to force having to take another, like, either one of the options. Like I could take whoever. Swift goes. So Trevion does seem somewhat interesting. Jameson Williams goes. So I've been taking Tate a lot. I've been taking Carnell Tate a lot. Um, Again, don't want to fall too behind on wide receiver. And the fact that I have my two anchor running backs, I'm fine taking it. I'm fine taking another wide receiver here, and then hopefully, maybe I get someone else. Maybe I get Jadarian Price fall. I do like Tyler Warren. Maybe I take an elite quarterback here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So Christian Watson goes, Trevion Henderson goes a pick to 59. The thing with Trevion, that yes, he is a great running back. He was a great prospect. He did show some like very good. He is a great talented running back. But the fact that they don't put him as a starter, the fact that they don't trust him as a starting running back in New England, it's kind of worrisome, right? Like you don't know. You either have to wait for Ramondre Stevenson injury, or you have to hope the little touches or the when is his turn to be on the field, he just explodes and gives you those big plays. You know what I mean? As opposed to with the Carnell Tate, I just know right away he's going to be the starting wide receiver in his team. So I'm taking Tyler Warren here. I know I could get some great tight ends later, but Tyler Warren can arguably be someone like a Brock Bowers that is going to be the number one target to start the season. Just because obviously we know that Brock Bowers is pretty much going to be like it's pretty much going to be like the number one target, right? The wide receiver one. I know he's a tight end, but who is there? Jalen Naylor, Trey Tucker, and things like that. So you can argue that Tyler Warren could also be in that similar situation with Alec Pierce here. Obviously, Alec Pierce joins the pup list to start training camp. So, and then Josh Downs is another. I know Josh Downs isn't hurt, but I don't think he's as talented as Alec Pierce. So I'm fine taking Tyler Warren here. I know I could have probably taken an elite quarterback, but the fact that I don't have a stacking option, like if I would have had AJ Brown, like yes, I would have taken Drake May. If I had, Devontae Smith, sure, I would have taken Jalen Hurts. Again, I mentioned in my other drafts, I don't want to fall behind on quarterback. That is one of my scares. Um, that's something that scares me. I just don't want to fall too behind. But I think I could get some decent quarterbacks in some later rounds and then be able to have the stacking with possibly Puka. And then maybe I could get someone else. I don't know, someone that falls, you know? So Ramondre Stevenson goes at pick 77. Looks like this guy's going with the Patriots offense. Quentin Johnson goes. I would have picked up Quentin Johnson for sure. now I'm on the fence. Maybe I should have possibly taken an elite quarterback there and possibly gotten on some stacking options later on. So we'll see how this goes. So right now, pretty balanced. Um, so let's see if one of those running backs falls to me again. I don't want to fall too behind on wide receiver. Whoa, Patrick Mahomes goes a little early. He goes at pick 81. So it seems like this draft is not very. It's not what people like. This guy takes his third QB before taking a tight end, before taking more wide receivers. Uh, so I feel like I'm in a $3 draft right now. I really feel like I'm in a $3 draft, and I don't know how to feel about that. So some QBs are going very early. People are reaching on their guys. People are going after their guys. Not a bad thing, but when you're taking three QBs in the first 7 rounds, kind of throws the draft. It just kind of shifts the draft, right? So you kind of want to be cautious of that, and then see if I guess do I got to go with someone like do I have to reach on a QB here now? You know what I mean? Like I get why this guy did it. Probably went for the second options with Mahomes and Worthy. This guy doesn't have a Q. Oh yeah, he has Joe Burrow. So Reed goes. Trevor Lawrence is on the board. I know Rico Dotto's on the board. Brock Purdy's also calling my name just because. Again, I don't want to fall too behind on wide receiver. I am reaching on this guy. But the fact that I have CMC and I'm gonna try to get Stribling later kind of puts me in a good spot, I think. But again, like I mentioned earlier, this draft is similar to like a $3 draft that I've been doing. So people are really reaching on their guys. I may have to take someone else here. So now I'm thinking maybe I should have gone with Trevor Lawrence, and then maybe could have possibly taken Jackson Dart on the way back. But I don't want to fall too behind on quarterback points. I think Rashad White is also a great pick here. Yeah, so maybe I could have taken Trevor Lawrence and then had Jacoby Myers on the way back and had that stacking option there. So the thing with Brock Purdy is obviously he is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence in my opinion, but Trevor Lawrence could give you the rushing upside. He did look like a great quarterback towards the end of last year. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Again, Rico Dotto was there. I do like Rico Dotto, but the fact that I already had Hubbard, the fact that I have my two anchor running backs, and now only have three wide receivers, I didn't want to take another running back and then have to get like reach on a QB here or something like that, something along those lines. So Michael Wilson goes at pick 98. So I felt like I was on to a great start until maybe about here. I would have hoped Quentin Johnson would have made it to me. Possibly would have been able to get Justin Herbert, but I doubt it because this guy takes him to stack with his McConkey, with Dave McConkey. So we'll see, right? Like I know for a fact, like I'm looking at some of the teams and I'm saying like they may not even make it towards the final, but what do I know, right? Can't tell the future. So Jackson Dart goes. That figures. Didn't think he was gonna make it to me. So I'm on the board. Here's the thing. Sam Laporta, I feel like may just give me the same amount of points of any of the wide receivers here. He does have a different buy. I'll take Sam Laporta, and I can possibly stack him with Jared Goff on the way back. George Kittle is also available. So maybe I should have taken Kenneth Gainwell or Rashad White. George Kittle's here. Wanda Robinson is here. Baker Mayfield's here. I don't want to take my third tight end. I really don't. I do would like to stack Kittle with Purdy, but maybe I shouldn't have taken Sam Laporta here. Maybe I should have taken freaking Kenneth Gainwell, Rashad White. I really think Rashad White may actually be the RB1 in his team, so I should have probably taken Rashad White. Now I am in a tough spot because now so I think I made a mistake. I should have probably gone with Rashad White, have my fourth RB, and then not had Sam Laporta. But I am thinking I may just take Baker Mayfield here because I have Buka. I do think he is gonna just do great. Obviously, these are some of the guys that I'm eyeing here, and some guys are actually going. So Rashad White might actually make it to us. I am in the 10th round. Usually, this is where I like to take my. Whoa, Tyler Shuck just goes pretty early as well. So this guy is definitely reaching here. This guy at 9. But I know he has Jordan Tyson, he has Olave, so I get it. Rashad White goes. So I'm not gonna take my third tight end. I'm taking Baker Mayfield. Would have been great to be able to stack George Kittle with Brock Purdy, but I do have a Mika Ibuka, so I am gonna stack him with Baker Mayfield here and take my second QB and not far behind on QB points like I'm always scared to do. So again, I know Sam Laporta is there. Did Goff actually go? Goff just goes right after. So I think the Sam Laporta pick. Obviously, he was a better. I think he is gonna be around. Obviously, he is in a better offense than Harold Fannin. Same thing than Kyle Pitts. He was a great rookie, but last year he just kind of disappointed. So the fact that Sam Laporta is here, I think he'll give me more points than any of these guys as far as like non QBs. So as far as like Harold Fannin, Kyle Pitts, Kenneth Gainwell, Wanda Robinson, Ricky Pearsall, obviously, Rashad White. So maybe not the running back sometimes. Um, but again, these guys are the backup running backs in their teams, right? So maybe even these guys here. So obviously I am gonna possibly go with the best guy available and take Sam Laporta. The only thing I just don't have a stacking option. But if one of these guys would have taken Baker Mayfield, I would have probably jumped on Jared Goff here. So let's try to get some wide receivers because I feel like I'm falling a little behind on wide receiver. And then obviously I didn't want to take my third tight end before I took my fourth running back or my fourth wide receiver, right? So and then again, and I really wanted to I could get Kate on and then like the 15th round or something like that. So do we go with Jaden Higgins or do we go with Jalen Coker? And I don't love these wide receiver options. Again, this is tough. We're going with Higgins here. Where's Stribling? Obviously, I don't want to miss the Stribling pick because am I gonna have to reach on this? I may have to just reach on my Stribling pick. Don't love it, but Scared he may not make it to me. Ward is also a great option as far as like just be done with QB. So has Debo Samuel gone? I don't think Debo Samuel's been picked up. Again, if I don't get Stribling, I could get Debo. Where is Debo? Debo's here, so I'm fine with that. At least if I could get someone to stack with Brock Purdy. Again, I think Stribling actually goes. So this guy's just been reaching. This guy has been reaching crazy, and it's been pissing me off. It is annoying right now. And the fact that his team actually looks pretty decent is annoying me even more. Like, that is frustrating. That is very frustrating to me. It's just pissing me off. I was hoping I could have even possibly taken Hammond here and took Stribling back, but again, this guy seems to have taken Stribling. Um, just looking at his team, it seems actually pretty decent with Patrick Mahomes, Tyler Shark as QBs. He has the stack with Xavier and pairing with Kenneth Walker. But dude has just been reaching on his picks so much. It's just like, I know you're going after your guys, dude, but I don't think it's necessary, you know? So we'll see who makes it to me. If Debo makes it, that'd be great. Obviously, we do want to stack someone with Brock Purdy since we didn't take George Kittle. Um, I like Brock Purdy. He is a great quarterback, right? And I think the guy that won the Best Ball Mania last year had Brock Purdy, and he was just going off towards the end of the year. Um, and coming from a Raider fan, right? So this guy just takes back to back to back wide receivers. He's already at 9 with only 2 running backs with Kamananga and Jameer Gibbs. So did like this guy to start off, but the fact that he only has, I mean, he does have a decent QB with Caleb Williams, but I understand there's not a lot of running backs here. But I could have possibly, if I was him, I would have probably possibly taken Aaron Jones here. So my picks are coming up fast. I'm okay taking Debo. I know it's a reach, but people have been reaching on these picks here. So I'm just gonna take them to have the stack with Brock Purdy. I do have 2 guys with a week 8 bye as far as like my wide receivers. So not sure if I like that, but my hope is that Trey Tucker, Denzel Boston falls, Juwan Jennings fall, and I could take my 6th wide receiver here. I know I'm at 3 running backs, and maybe I probably missed the ball and taking another RB. Jonah Coleman's also a great option. So if one of these guys at the top here falls to me, that is for sure smash there. So Trey Tucker actually goes, which is okay. These tight ends are going here, which is fine. This guy just like, this team is actually looking pretty decent. And I am so glad that this guy at 8 took Travis Kelce before this guy, because it seems like that guy at 9 was going for like Patrick Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, and had the stack with Travis Kelce here. So I think he kind of like threw him off there. So I'm great, but I'm glad that did, because this guy took the Stribling pick from me. So if you are WGHJ, let me know, man. Why are you reaching so much? Um, I know you're going after your guys, and I get it, but so Denzel Boston actually goes. So the guys hoping to fall to me are actually going. So maybe I could have possibly gotten Debo on the way back and taken possibly Trey Tucker, but Denzel Boston, Juwan Jennings. But the fact that these guys are reaching, like Ryan Flournoy actually goes, so maybe I couldn't have taken, maybe I cannot have gotten that the guys I was looking to get. So also with Jonah Coleman, Trey Harris goes. So even the guy I was actually eyeing as a wide receiver goes. So the thing with Jonah Coleman is that he's still the RB3 in his team. Like I like taking Jonah Coleman when it's I like taking Jonah Coleman when he is like when I have J.K. Dobbins, right? Because if J.K. Dobbins goes down, I know for a fact Jonah Coleman is gonna have more reps. So if my RB3, for example, if I have J.K. Dobbins as my RB3, my RB4 is gonna take that RB3 role. And obviously with the Denver Broncos, they have possibly the best offensive line or top five offensive line. And so, the running backs are going to do well. The thing with J.K. Dobbins is he just gets hurt, always happens. But in case he does not, obviously Jonah Coleman is not going to right off the bat, right off week one, be taking high amount of reps. So he's not going to be on the field. Really, with Jonah Coleman is you're going to hope that the guys here at like the Broncos are hurt, right? With like either RJ Harvey or J.K. Dobbins, so he could get some field time. So, I mean, I would definitely take Jonah Coleman over uh, Zach Charbonnet. I would definitely take him over. I would take him over Algier because obviously I did that. Um, Dylan Thompson, obviously, he is the RB2 behind Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins does get hurt. So Dylan Thompson's also could possibly been a great pick. But for Antonio Williams goes, Antonio Williams would have been a great pick. I'm just taking Gunnar Helm to stack with Cam Ward. I think Greg Dulcich may actually be better. Just because he may actually, you know what? I think Gunnar Helm will be better. What am I saying? I think Gunnar Helm is going to break out this year. So I think between my tight ends, I think that one or two guys. I'm sorry, one of the guys is going to be in the flex spot possibly. So Tyler Warren may be as my tight end, or he may go into the flex when Sam Laporte or Gunnar Helm may be in the flex. So I love my tight end room. I just possibly messed up by taking Tyler Warren too early, or maybe taking Tyler Warren because Sam Laporte. I was able to get Sam Laporte or Gunnar Helm. So, um, yeah, man, I am. My team is looking okay so far. I think I wish I would have taken another wide receiver instead of Tyler Warren or Chuba, but I really wish Quentin Johnson would have fell to me, and I would have been very happy here. Um, so we'll see. So we'll see. Malik Washington seems like a great pick as well. Do I want to take Sean Tucker? Not really. Obviously, I'm done at tight ends, but Kate Alden would have had to stack an option with Baker Mayfield. I know I need another running back, and I know I need another wide receiver. So Malik Washington goes. I'm taking Mike Washington. One of the Washingtons. Sorry, yeah. So I know you guys can't see this. These I'm still trying to figure out. Malik Washington actually goes at pick 181. Isaac Tesla goes at pick 182. Marshawn Lloyd goes at pick 183. Dontavian Wicks goes at pick 184. Obviously, you guys could see that. Come on, dude. Who are you going with? Calvin Ridley goes at pick 185. That's fine. I wasn't gonna take Calvin Ridley. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my fifth running back. Set to work behind Genty. That's fine. I do like taking Mike Washington just because he's in the Clint Kubiak offense. And again, as you saw last year, Clint Kubiak, that offense, they love to use their RB2, like Zach Charbonnet. They love to use their tight ends too. So I think Michael Mayer may actually also be a good pick if you do take like Fernando Mendoza and need a third tight end like in your last round. Just FYI, I do take Michael Mayer sometimes, especially if I do have Brock Bowers. Just in case Brock Bowers does get hurt like last year, I do have Michael Mayer. If I have Fernando Mendoza, of course, right? So if I don't have Fernando Mendoza and I don't get Fernando Mendoza, but I have Brock Bowers, then obviously I go with one of the stacking options that really depending on what quarterbacks I have. Similar to this Cam Moore situation. Similar to if I didn't have Gunnar Helm or Sam Laporte, I would have taken Kate Auden here to stack with Baker Mayfield. So I am done at running back. Some other running backs that I do like, Emmett Johnson, just because he's going to work behind. He is working behind Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker tends to get hurt. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. I am thinking taking 6 running backs and 6 wide receivers in this draft. I don't love it, but because I have CMC, and he is somewhat injury prone, I might just take Keyshawn Black. Oh, Kaylon Black. So opportunity knock. So I'm taking Keyshawn Booty because he is possibly the one of the best wide receivers here as far as like being available. Brandon Ayuk, what happened, man? Christian Kirk is obviously hurt. He's dealing with a calf injury. Oh. So I don't know what to do. Usually, like, I'm good taking wide receivers here, but as my last wide receiver, I do want to take 7, but the fact that is these guys that are left, I don't know, that just go with the 6 running backs. Again, I do like my tight ends, so I feel like some of the tight ends can fill in for the flex spots. And I know you guys can't see this, so here you go. After Tua, Rashad Bateman goes at pick 202, Darnell Mooney goes at pick 203, Cooper Kupp goes at pick 204, Kobe Parkinson goes at pick 205, Pat Bryant goes at pick 206, Jacoby Brissett goes at pick 207, and you guys could obviously see Jake Tungus go. So Keon Black actually goes. So I'm not taking him, obviously, because he just went, but I am taking another wide receiver here. Someone that could possibly give me some upside. Christian Kirk is obviously hurt. Yeah, I'm just taking the 7th wide receiver here. Like, I would have taken Black, but I know I have CMC. It would have been great to kind of take my backup running back. Jordan James was also available, but he is dealing with the fractured rib, and who knows when that will be good, and if he will be good. So team seems okay. I feel like I fell behind on wide receiver a little bit. Like after I took Cardinal Tate, I fell behind because was so stressed out about falling behind on QB. So, maybe I should have taken Sutton instead of Hubbard. But again, I think Hubbard will give me more points than Sutton. And the Jalen Waddle there is there. Um, do love that Tyler Warren seems okay, but maybe I should possibly an elite quarterback. I'm just trying to figure out like what could I've done differently to not fall behind at wide receiver from like after Carnell Tate, after taking my third tight end, like if I would, I'm sorry, my third wide receiver, I would have taken a fourth wide receiver between here. I would have been okay, but I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds before taking my next wide receiver. I don't love it. I don't like it. But again, I do take Baker Mayfield to stack with Ibuka, so I'm okay with that. Brock Purdy to pair up with Christian McCaffrey. Again, I think that offense of the 49ers is going to have to run through McCaffrey, whether it's catching, whether it's on the ground or receiving. So I did want to take Brock Purdy there. But the fact that I took Laporte here kind of messed up my pick on taking George Kittle here. So I just like I'm already two tight ends deep. Or I could have possibly gone with like Makai Lemon or PJ Washington. Not PJ Washington, but not a big fan. But I could have possibly taken Makai Lemon here or Quentin Johnson here and been one up on wide receiver instead of taking Warren. And then I could have been okay with taking Laporta or Kittle and then Kittle or Mayfield here. So again, don't hate my team, but the fact that I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds before taking the next wide receiver. Not good, not good. So then I try to make up for it, but then when you see things like this go happen, someone that I would have possibly not taken Ryan Flournoy, but Trey Tucker seems great, seems okay to me. So if like Trey Tucker, Denzel Boston, Joan Jennings, or Trey Harris would have fallen to me here, I would have been fine with it. And then I would have taken like Emmett Johnson in this later pick with Mike Washington in this pick, and then taking Keyshawn Boutte as my last round. So again, like I mentioned earlier, I don't mind taking a wide receiver here, especially for hoping for some upside. Like Taquan Thornton, I think is going to be a deep ball threat. I think he could give you some weeks. You just don't know when, but I think he'll give you one of the games or a couple games that he's just going to have double digit points. And could go into that starting lineup for you. So just don't know when though. That's the thing. But when you see something like this where you have people like four wide receivers go back to back to back, it's brutal. Similar to this, right? I would have loved taking Trey Tucker here or Trey Harris or Denzel Boston or Joan Jennings, but none make it to me. So then I was kind of hoping maybe I would have taken Antonio Williams here or somebody. Maybe I could have gone with Antonio Williams here and then had taken Gunnar Helm here. Would have been fine with this Mike Washington pick. Would have taken Emmett Johnson. Like I would have preferred taking Mike Washington and Emmett Johnson and having Antonio Williams than Keyshawn Boutte and Taekwon Thornton. And then I would have taken Keyshawn Boutte in my last pick, and I would have I would have preferred that if I'm being honest. I would have really preferred that. So maybe it's someone like maybe reaching is not such a bad thing, right? Going after your guys, but I just sometimes it's just like you going for the draft value, right? You could possibly get some of those guys fall to you, and so you're going for the best. But this guy at 9, he reached so much, but his team, looking at his team, seems pretty decent. I know he only takes 4 running backs, but that makes sense because he takes 4 running backs first 5 picks. Um, he has Taylor, Kenneth Walker, ETN, and then Judkins. And then he has Chris Olave, wide receiver 1, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver 2, Xavier Worthy, wide receiver 3, Diggs, Dribbling, Harris, Zachariah Branch, and Dontavian Wicks. So, don't love the Tua pick. Don't like the Tongass pick. Like I would have preferred taking Brissett over Tua for sure. But why do you take Tua to stack with Branch? Like I felt like this guy's team was pretty decent through here, with even with Stribling and Juwan Johnson. But the Stephon Diggs, I get it. Stephon Diggs is probably going to sign pretty soon, so he's probably going for some value there. But maybe these last two picks don't love. Like Dontavian Wick seems fine if you have freaking the you have Jalen Hurts, right? So something I like to do. I know these projections don't mean crap, but do like to see where we stand compared to the other guys. We are at about 3,000, but we do have about three decent quarterbacks here. So um, yeah, man, I'm just glad Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown, and Chuba all share different buy because they are more than likely going to be the starting running backs and the starting two running backs, right? So when Christian McCaffrey's on by or Chase Brown's on by, Christian McCaffrey and Chuba Hubbard are going to take the starting role. Or Chuba's on by, then it's going to be Chase Brown, CMC, right? So, and then looking at my wide receiver, Ibuka, Tedero, McMillan, Cardinal Tate are probably going to be the top three. And then sometimes when one of those guys are on by, we either have Jaden Higgins, Debo, Kishan Boutte, or Taekwondo going into taking that third slot there. So really hope they stay healthy. Again, Tyler Warren, Sam Laporta, great tight end room. Uh, Tyler Warren, Laporta, and Gunnar Helm. See, like it was hard for me to pass up on the Laporta pick. I'm looking at this. I know you guys can't see this because my ugly face is there, but I'm looking at the Laporta pick. Is like his ADP's at 93, and we got him at pick 103. Great value there. And then similar to Tyler Warren, not that crazy or different, but his ADP is 64. We got him at pick 66. Um, so let's see here. Tedero McMillan ADP's at 39. We got him at pick 42. Did reach on Cardinal Tate, 3 picks early, not too crazy. Jalen Higgins falls 3 picks, so we took him pick 3 picks later after his ADP. We did reach on Debo Samuel, but again, I did want to have someone to stack with Brock Purdy because freaking Ricky Whiteboy Rick is hurt. So I don't know, man. Pretty decent team. We're projected to do pretty decent here. Let's see if anyone is around our projection to look at just kind of analyze their team. This guy's pretty close. He's at about 29. Does go with the 6 and 6, similar to what I was thinking of doing. So wide receivers seem a lot better. They like, with Quinn Johnson, Jamison Williams, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith. Like I like his wide receiver room. Like it's a decent wide receiver room. He does have Jared Goff to stack with Amon Ra. He does have Jared Goff to stack with Jamison Williams. Great. Quinn Johnson could obviously give you some of those weeks that he just goes nuclear. I think Michael Pittman is also a good wide receiver there. So, would have I taken another wide receiver before I take my 6 running back? Yes, I would have, but do love his wide receiver room, but his running back room lacks a little bit. Do love Rico Dotto, do love Devon A. Chan, but Chris Rodriguez, Tajay Spears, Tyler Algier, George Alani, that is a tough running back 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do love Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff. Don't love the Geno Smith pick. But I get it. He has Garrett Wilson going for the stack, so it's fine. Like I think this team is actually pretty good. Obviously, like I think my team looks okay. Um, this guy has 2,900 points. Let's look at his team. Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, Bryce Young. Too many running backs. 7 running backs and 5 wide receivers. So not too worried about this team as far as advancement goes. Yes, he has CeeDee Lamb, Zay Flowers, Courtland Sutton, but there's no reason for you to take your sixth, seventh running back when you have Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Rashad White, Tyrone Tracy. Like I would have been done at Tyrone Tracy. I would have been done at Tyrone Tracy and then taking two more wide receivers rather than taking Jaden Blue and Keon Black or Kenan Black. So it's fine with me because obviously I'm trying to advance here. This is the guy that reached his team looks great, right? Like he has Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, Quinshon Judkins, wide receivers Chris Olave, Jordan Tyson, Xavier Worthy, Stephon Diggs, Deshaun Stribling, Trey Harris. I mean, like, not that I'm not a big fan, but he reached. Like, let's look at his picks compared to his ADP, right? Patrick Mahomes, he takes 12 picks earlier than his ADP. Tyler Shug, he takes 11 picks earlier compared to his ADP. Tua, he takes 7 picks earlier compared to his ADP. Jonathan Taylor, obviously, first round picks. Doesn't really matter. Kenneth Walker, similar situation. Um, does have a little value with Travis Etienne, just like 2 picks, so 1.4 picks later. Quinshon Judkins does have takes 3 picks after his ADP. Like his running back room is great, right? I said that already, but he's just reached so much on like Mahomes and Tyler Shug, and uh, pretty decent value on Olave here. But then you look at Xavier Worthy, pick 88 when his ADP is 96. Stephon Diggs, pick 129 when his ADP is 132. Deshaun Stribling pisses me off. You guys can see this. Let me just scroll it down. He takes him nearly. He takes him 15 picks later. Like, why are you taking him? I'm sorry, not 15 picks later. 15 picks before his ADP. That is like, that is a round and a half. No, that is not a round and a half. That is almost 2 rounds. That is nearly 2 rounds. So I was really trying to get Deshaun Stribling, man. Um, and I think that just frustrates me. That's what this guy just ruined it for me. But Trey Harris, I think, is a great pick. I think he is gonna be pretty decent this year with the Chargers. I know he's been there, but like I think he's gonna have a bigger role. Um, but reached on the Branch pick, reach on the Wicks pick, almost about the same as his ADP, but about the same as his ADP, and reached on the Tonga's pick. So definitely reached a lot. So do love my running back room with my 1, 2, and 3. Do love my wide receiver room with my 1, 2, and 3. Like this wide receiver room is decent up until like Debo. Debo's like a hit or miss though. So he could be like a boom bust type of player. Keyshawn Booty and Taekwon Thornton. I just hope they do okay. Love my tight end room with Tyler Warren, Sam Laporta, and Gunnar Helm. Great tight end room, right? Tyler Warren, I got him 2 picks after his ADP, and Sam Laporta, I got him 10 picks after his ADP. Did reach on Gunnar Helm, but only because there was no one there that I would have preferred, and the fact that I have this stack with Cam Ward just likes him. I'd prefer to take him. So just looking at other teams, um, what is this guy at 2,900? Yeah, the guy that took 7 running backs and 5 wide receivers. So um, I think the team looks great. I think it's top 5 compared to the other guys, top 3. So pretty comfortable. I am happy with this team. I don't love it, but I am super happy with it. Obviously, you can't always draft a perfect team, but I think we are in a great spot to be able to advance and get closer to the 25K. So yeah, man. Well, we'll see what happens. We hope to advance and hope to be able to at least get into this the 39 seed final. Let's see if we actually just make it to the finals, how much we would win. We make it to the finals, we would win 120 at least, y'all. So obviously, we are trying to get 1,000 plus. We are trying to get 5,000 plus. We are trying to get 10,000 or the 25,000. So that's why we do it. Let's just hope for the best. Let's hope this happens, and we'll see, man. Maybe I may do one of these again tomorrow or Sunday. Hopefully, the contest is still open, and see you guys there. Again, let me know. This is like my first time streaming, first year streaming, first year actually doing this stuff. This best ball stuff, obviously, I would do like my home league and all that. So let me know what you think. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to hear. I do try my best. Like I do try to keep up with the news and all that stuff. And so, um, the Shador Sanders, 5,160, 0 TDs, Deshaun Watson, 3 interceptions, Dylan Gabriel, 2 interceptions. That's brutal. Is that Jerry Judy? I don't know if I can show a lot of this stuff actually. So, Rasheed Rice, New Joe, expect to be ready for training camp. So, I don't know if I could be showing this stuff. How does that work, y'all? Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you made it this far in the video. But yeah, man, I try to keep up with the news. I try to investigate what O line is like doing decent, what is good, who's doing good, and so we can go based off of that. So, all right, y'all, appreciate you guys. Peace.